Grey County.
Hello and welcome to the Rogers TV COVID-19 show. My name is Carrie Merton, and before I welcome our guest today, for those of you who watch the program regularly, you'll know I like to say a few words just at the beginning of the show. Here in Grey Bruce, we continue to be in the yellow protect zone, and we are all working together to stop this virus and the variants from spreading. This virus will seek every opportunity it can find to spread by finding loopholes. Please, let's not give it that chance. This is hard work for all of us. It is hard to be isolated and have our daily routines disrupted. We are all weary. However, there is good news on the horizon. We know that the vaccination program is rolling out in Grey Bruce, and hopefully we'll be hearing more as time goes by on how quickly all of us will be able to get that vaccine, and for those who choose to be vaccinated. February 22nd, 2021, the Grey Bruce Health Unit confirmed that the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine has been given to all residents, staff, and essential caregivers who consented to the vaccine in all 19 long-term care and 7 high-risk retirement homes in Grey Bruce. The first round of vaccine to these residents, caregivers, and staff ensures a significant milestone in preventing the transmission of COVID-19 virus in settings where the risk of complications can be serious. In addition, those who were the first to get their vaccine in January have now received their second dose. So far in Grey Bruce, 3,759 doses of the vaccine have been given. There is hope that in the next few months we will continue to move through the province's vaccine administration framework as more vaccine medications become available for those who choose to be vaccinated. For now, though, do not relax your vigilance. Continue to wear a mask, wash your hands, and definitely distance. The sacrifices that we make each and every day are helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19. We are saving lives. Thank you. And thank you to our first guest who is joining us today. I am delighted to welcome Carrie Saunders-Willis, who is from the YMCA, and Carrie joined us in our earlier days of the COVID-19 program, never anticipating we'd be doing this so many more months down the road. Carrie, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for welcoming me and having me back. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. So Carrie, I'm wondering first if you can introduce yourself in your role at the Y, and most importantly, how can the community support the Y, and what is the message you need us to know right off the top before we go into our many questions on the list?
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am the manager of health, fitness, aquatics, and human resources here for the YMCA of Owen Sound Grey Bruce. We are so happy to be open once again in the yellow zone. So these ups and downs and closings and reopenings have been particularly hard on our staff and our community, but here we are. We are back, we are well, we are strongly encouraging members, former members, to reactivate and rejoin us. Our staff has been very diligently working to providing a very safe and healthy environment, not only for our staff family, but also our member family as well. COVID has unfortunately had a very profound impact on our charity. As most people know, operating a building of this size does have significant fixed costs associated with it. And unfortunately, right now, our membership return rate is only at 25%. Yeah, so it's fairly low. We have, from the last reopening, we have tightened up our COVID protocols. So prior to this lockdown, when we reopened in August of 2020, We did allow members that were mask exempt to enter the facility with an option to wear a face shield as an extra source of protection. With this reopening, we have taken a stronger position on masking. We have implemented alternatives and accommodations for members that perhaps are unable to wear a mask and are mask exempt. But we have taken the position that the health and safety of our staff and our members and our community is paramount. So when participants and members are not engaging in physical activity, they are required to mask at all times. Our cleanliness routines, we've increased those, even though we have a very, very high standard of cleanliness to begin with. We've increased those, so we are strongly encouraging people to return to the facility. We are providing a very safe space, a very clean space. Our staff and our members are very diligent at providing friendly reminders when people forget. As we know, it is very easy, even though we've been at this for some time, remembering to don a mask, especially if you need to zip out of your space for a quick second, it's very easy to forget. But we are safe, we are open, we are so happy to see our members back. So if the community could support us, that would be wonderful. We'd love to see more people back.
Please come back.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Carol. With the membership, in addition to allowing us to run this facility, it also helps us to support our subsidized membership program because we don't turn anyone away due to financial reasons. So it's also very helpful to us to support those members in their community that may not otherwise be able to access health and fitness.
And that's important, I think, to realize that your costs don't just maintain the building and the staffing and the equipment. It actually rolls back into the community to those who may not have the financial means but still want to attend. And I think that's you're giving back to the community in so many different ways, for sure. Now, I just need a little bit more detail. So if I was to decide, you know what, okay, I want to get back, I want to do, first of all, are there limits to the sizing or the numbers who can come in? And are there any programs you're not offering at the moment? And if I forget my mask at home, do you have any?
We have plenty of masks. We have lots and lots and lots of masks available to members that may forget them. It happens quite often. Nothing to be ashamed of. We have plenty and we're happy to share. We do have restrictions and we have been working very, very closely with our public health unit, and just want to give a personal shout out to our public health inspector, Robert Reed, who has been absolutely phenomenal in supporting us in providing a safe space and following the guidelines and the rules. So we are limited. So right now our class capacity, instructor-led classes are limited to 10 people. And we are spacing people out, keeping people physically distanced at 3 meters. We are able to support a larger number in the pool. However, again, we have scaled back the numbers just for our comfort level as well, and just to provide that extra bit of space. Our fitness center is still accessible by drop-in at this point, and we are capped at a maximum of 50 in our fitness center upstairs. So again, our staff is being very diligent to make sure that those in the facility have registered for programs. So that is something new that we have implemented. You know, prior to COVID, we had lots of drop-in classes, but now with COVID and being able to support public health in the event there is a case with contact tracing, we do have all of our program participants register for each and every class.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit different, yes.
So what are people saying, the members who have come back? What are you hearing from them when they come through the doors?
That they are so happy to be back. They're so happy to be able to see their friends and our staff in a very, very safe environment, that they are happy to be able to get back to their fitness programming and getting back in shape. It has been a very long time, but I think more importantly, It's not so much the fitness, it's really those connections. We pride ourselves on being a place for people to connect. And as we know, with COVID and the lockdown and the enhanced restrictions and the stay-at-home order, it has been very, very taxing and tolling on people, particularly people's mental health. And having those community connections, being able to see your friends in person, not just over, Zoom or Skype or what have you, is so very, very different. Even if you can't give them a hug when you want to, you can still see them in person and get your physical exercise in too. And as we know, physical exercise is very important to our overall well-being and our mental health as well.
Absolutely. So I'm sure the instructors are feeling pretty positive at the moment and hopeful that that we're on the movement forward at this point in time.
Right. Yes, they are.
So when we chatted a while ago, we had talked about virtual programming, virtual exercising. So can you give me some idea on where the Y is in relation to that and whether you'll be doing a mixed model of programming in the future?
Absolutely. So when we initially spoke, we had rolled out Y at Home, which is a free offering for individuals. Any individuals can join in, and there's lots of mental health supports. There are physical activities, not just for adults and seniors, but youth and children as well. We also have Y Gym. So that's all free, and that's under the Y at Home umbrella. But we here at the YMCA of Owen Sound Great Bruce have implemented a members-only Facebook page, which is restricted just for members. So people can participate with their favorite instructors. We do have an online yoga program with Kathleen, which is fabulous and has a wonderful following. We have a Tabata class with Trevor, as well as some other online offerings that are strictly reserved for members of the YMCA Owen Sound Great Bruce. And the nice thing about the Facebook, the members only Facebook page is if there is a horrendous snowstorm, which we know we get, people can still work out at home. They don't necessarily have to come in, and they still get in a good workout. Our intention is to continue to offer that programming online and to increase our members only Facebook page online offering. Right now, it is typically it's mostly geared towards adults. We are working towards including some youth and children programming and live streaming some additional classes as well. Yes, so we're looking to bolster that as a complement to an existing in-person come to the facility membership. That would be included.
So, and who knew that COVID would create these changes, but potentially some positive out of a negative situation for sure. Now, as we go, you mentioned the subsidized program, and what we're hearing is that this has been a financially challenging time for people. Are you anticipating more people needing to take advantage of the subsidized program?
Yes, we are. We do know that within our communities in Owen Sound Great Bruce, that there have been a number of temporary and permanent layoffs just because businesses unfortunately haven't been able to sustain their typical staffing complement, or unfortunately we have seen some businesses that haven't recovered. So yes, we do anticipate an increased need in subsidized membership, and again, it's one of those opportunities that we pride ourselves on providing to people that may not otherwise be able to afford some recreation programs for their families. So we do heavily rely upon those members that are able to pay our typical membership price to help those in our community that may not be able to.
So for those who are watching who may know of someone, does the Y accept donations? Like you talked about the membership helping to fund the subsidized, but does the Y accept donations from people who may not choose to be a member?
Absolutely. We are very, very thankful to those community members that may not wish to be a member, but are very generous donors to us. We do have a donation link directly on our webpage. Alternatively, we are happy to take donations at our front desk. at our customer service desk. But yes, donations are always, always welcome, and they do support a great cause and enable us to continue offering programs to those that may not otherwise be able to afford them.
So the Y is also something that the community can do to support local, right? In a variety of ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't always, and that's the misconception, is quite oftentimes people think that the YMCA in Owen Sound Great Bruce is just the health, fitness, and aquatics facility, but we also have our employment and housing division and our childcare division, which is quite large. And I must give out a shout out to our childcare staff who have been working in very different conditions, being masked and visored all day while they're working. And one of the positives that has come out of COVID is that we implemented our settlement and language services in the midst of COVID. So Carrie and her team have been doing a great job. And one of the other positives is that we are reaching people that we may not have otherwise been able to reach through technology. So we are able to offer a lot of programming through online services as well.
And I think that's an important point to make about the Y. It isn't just the fitness component and the aquatic component. The Y housing has been an important feature. I mean, all of your programs are important, but certainly in our community. And I think it is a package of community services, not just a fitness facility, correct?
That's correct, yes. And we're so grateful and thankful to be operating in such a wonderful community, because we have been able to partner with many community partners on the housing side of things. We've been able to run, even when our fitness facility was closed, we were able to continue with the cardiac rehabilitation program. So we were able to have those high risk patients into our facility when there weren't any other people in, so that they could continue on their path to recovery. So we were very, very thankful that we had that opportunity to continue to offer that program.
And certainly that's amazing. And that's certainly so critical for those who are in cardiac rehab to be able to continue to do that and be monitored.
Absolutely.
You also offer fitness assessments, right? You have fitness. So how's that working, and how do you anticipate that would work? Because that's been a very positive thing for people who don't even know where to begin with their fitness program.
That's right. So we do, with each and every membership, we do offer a consultation. So you can sit with one of our fabulous fitness professionals, and they will help you lay out a plan to help you achieve your fitness goals, whether it be just for strength and conditioning. Maybe people have some weight loss goals. I know, COVID has had a huge impact on people's mental health and their motivation, speaking from personal experience. So yes, our fitness staff are more than happy to sit with people. And again, that is included as part of the membership. They can come in and have an assessment done and work with one of our fitness staff. And the other thing that we offer too is some fabulous personal training. Our fitness staff are wonderful at helping people achieve their goals.
And I think that's an advantage, especially for those who aren't sure, or who maybe haven't been able to exercise as regularly during COVID, to almost get a tune-up.
Yes, exactly. Yes, a tune-up. I know. Yes, it certainly, COVID certainly has given us that opportunity to change and make some healthy habits, and maybe recognize where we're not so great at doing things on our own, and where we may need a little bit of a cheerleader behind us to help us achieve those things.
Between the first wave or lockdown and the second lockdown, what differences did you notice?
For us as staff, reopening from this most recent lockdown was significant. I wouldn't say easier, because it's still a lot of work. We did have our staff come back 2 days in advance, and we scrubbed from top to bottom to make sure it was nice and sparkly when people returned. But it was easier in a sense that we knew to expect. And we already had the majority of the protocols in place. We just enhanced or strengthened some of them, as I indicated with our masking requirement. So it was easier in that sense, but nonetheless, it was still extremely hard on all of our staff and our members this most recent lockdown. I think, mentally, it's just draining. It's just like, oh my gosh, here we go again. And when will we get to see each other again? And so we're very thankful that it wasn't too long this time.
Yeah, for sure. Are you concerned about a third wave?
I think it's on everybody's mind, and that is why our staff and our members that are returning have been really, really diligent. While we haven't required people to mask when they are engaging in physical activity, we have strongly recommended that if people are not participating in an intense workout, that they mask. And quite a few people have been opting to mask the entire duration while they're here. Even those individuals that previously were mask exempt and previously opted not to wear a mask, we're finding that they have been very understanding and accommodating, and they are trying, and they are doing a great job of masking as well, because they would rather see us in person than do the online. So I think that everybody at this stage, I think it is in the back of everybody's mind, but we are very, very hopeful that our communities will continue to be very, very diligent in following the COVID protocols. I know we are taking a very firm position here with respect to expectations of members and staff. And I think as long as the community and our staff and members here remain vigilant, I'm hoping that we can avoid that in Grey Bruce counties for sure.
And certainly, I think the word diligent and being vigilant and just monitoring, people are so relieved to be able to see other people that sometimes that excitement, you don't maybe look at the arrows or you don't look at the spacing the same. So, I've noticed that. And it's just, who would have thought that we would need that connection as much as we do, but we certainly know it now.
Yes, we do. And again, it puts things in perspective. Like now we know exactly how much we take things for granted. It really puts things in perspective. And, when you see someone that you haven't seen for months at a time and you want to give them a hug, but that's not what you should be doing. And so you give them the big hug sign from a distance.
Yeah.
But it is very hard, but again, we are so thankful to be open here at the YMCA and for our childcare to be able to continue to provide childcare services for our community members, our community initiatives and employment, to be able to support community members as well. It's very important to us, and we're just so thankful that we're able to continue that.
One thing we haven't touched on, and you may not have the answer, I'm not sure, but a lot of parents count on your day camp and your camping experience. The Y offers a wonderful program and has for a long time. I know because my children attended in the past, so I'm aware of the program. Any thoughts about what might happen with that?
We are fully anticipating running a summer day camp program. Like we did last year.
For parents excited.
No, yes, no, and as most parents know, we run a very, very fun interactive program. It did look very different last year because of the COVID protocols and the cohorting. So we'll have to see what stage we're at, what zone we're in, hopefully green at that time, and what the implications are to our day camp program. But we are fully anticipating rolling out that program and registration very soon.
That's positive news. The other thing is swimming classes. A lot of parents look forward to having their children attend for swimming. Any thoughts or comments about that? Not to put you on the spot, but...
No, that's okay. No, I'm great. April 5th, we will be starting swimming lessons unless anything changes horribly, but April 5th, please check out our website and our Facebook pages, Instagram. Information about registration for swim lessons will be out very shortly.
And
Yes.
I'm assuming, and that's great news, I'm assuming you'll be modifying the sizing or of the classes then, or?
Yes, we did. So with the last, prior to this lockdown, we did request that parents participate. They did not have to be a member, but children registered in swimming lessons that were below seal and otter had to have a parent participate. That was to ensure the safety of our staff as well. So our staff instructed from the pool deck while parents were in the pool, where normally our instructors would be in with the kids. But what we did find was with that support, with that parental support, the kids actually learned much more quickly, and we may be able to shorten the sessions and offer more. So, yes. So,
Another learning from COVID-19, right?
yes, yeah, it's great. And it's a great parent-child and guardian-child opportunity to get in the water and have some fun and make a date of it.
Yeah. So anyone who isn't a member, you would encourage them to connect, speak to someone, come in and really seriously consider membership as a way to celebrate the end of COVID-19 and getting fit in the future.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Our customer service staff are fabulous. People are welcome to call 519-376-0484, extension 0, to speak with a member of our customer service team. We are asking, if possible, people call in advance to book an appointment, just because we are trying to get away from lineups and congregating in order for people to maintain physical distancing. And that is one of our requirements as well as a business that's open, is to not allow people to congregate and line up inside. We are restricting access to the facility again to Grey Bruce YMCA members only. Typically, if you have a Y membership at one branch, you are able to access all of the Y branches. But again, in the interest of our staff's health and safety and other members' health and safety, members and individuals accessing our facility must be YMCA Owen Sound Grey Bruce. We are not offering day passes at this time.
And that's really important for people to know, so that they don't make a trip and unfortunately, and it's a way of containing the connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Carrie, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you, and I wish you every success. I really hope that we don't need to do another COVID-19 program, but if we do, please come and join us again.
Okay, sounds great, Carol. Thanks again so much for having us and for your support, and we really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you. And thank you to our viewing audience as well for joining us today. Please join us again to learn more about programs, resources, and services available to you and to your family. Take care and stay safe.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
I met the new girl. She's gonna be a handful. Time to be powerful.